The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Clippers looking for a strong start to this road trip. What a story right now for these guys. Win after win. It's been a phenomenal stretch.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way, but they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, but they're doing everything right at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they've been putting on clinic hard, and it has been fun to watch. I mean, with all the calls and bounces that have gone their way as well, it just seems like this is their time.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. A starting five on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. Miller is out there with Chris Paul. And it's Johnson in at the three.
Well, I liked what I saw from Blake Griffin, showing more assertiveness offensively, especially when Chris Paul was missing time with the separated shoulder. Blake averaged over 24 points a game last year. That was a career high.
Rejected by Aldridge. And they get it back. Griffin goes in. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Find a gap in the defense and attack that rim with force.
He is so good at doing just that.
Maybe as good as anybody. Just so athletic and strong. You know, it's interesting to look at the relationship between Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. Blake, the unquestioned top dog until CP3 arrived 3 seasons ago. And Paul, of course, such a vocal leader. I think it's taken them some time to find the balance in that dynamic.
And Griffin, not quite as outspoken, doesn't get into teammates like Chris Paul does, but he is becoming more of a vocal leader, and that's a process, guys. It doesn't happen right away. He may focus more on encouragement rather than giving marching orders like CP3, but he is embracing that leadership role, which is a good sign.
Miller outside. Miller with another miss.
Now, defensively, they did a great job of staying tight on him.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Now, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. He said Chris Paul is a major concern for them because of his ability to lead a team. He said it all starts with Paul because once he gets going and gets everyone involved, the whole team becomes a well-oiled machine. That is something we're definitely worried about.
Thanks, Doris. And Doc Rivers said coming in, one of his goals was to help Griffin really solidify his standing as one of the league superstars along with CP3, with the emphasis certainly on defense.
Well, and I think Doc has accomplished that, and Griffin has accomplished that. He's gotten much better in terms of his offensive weapons, his defensive awareness, just his command of a double team when he sees that. And Griffin has become a true superstar, no doubt about it.
Now here is Aldridge, following the miss by Griffin, and Jordan sends it back. Leonard with no one around. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send him to the free throw line. Don't give him an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. He's just a winner and a leader. He does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
Now here's Parker, following the shot by Chris Paul. Duncan misses.
Yeah, excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Rejected by Aldridge. They recover it. That's good. And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too, I mean, with the way they just kept coming at them and coming at them, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been draining everything they've put up this month. The Clippers, number 1.
been playing so smart lately. Just the way they move the ball and they share it. They're always finding good looks.
It's Parker with the drive. A nice shot by Holden.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession. You know, Tony Parker really was a scoring first team in the league, but over the course of his career, I think he's developed an excellent balance between creating his own offense and making plays for his team.
Green is checked in for Mono Ginobili. And for a player asked to handle the ball as much as he does, you know, like Tony Parker does a great job protecting possession.
Well, I think part of it is his skill level. The other part is that Greg Popovich demands discipline and focus from his players, all of them, particularly his point.
Miller with a wide open look and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And Parker, here we go. Jordan with some nice D.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting is really suffering.
There's the bucket. Good. 6 points for Jay.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Here's Aldridge. Leonard the pass to Duncan.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Now here's Parker, averaging 10 points per contest. Rejected by Griffin. Hope they get it there. Green kicks to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up again. A tad short, but it's good on the front iron. So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, Kevin, they constructed a perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Duncan. West comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. It's Mills in for Parker. And the basket by West.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Here's Mills, following the basket by Blake Griffin, and taken away by Paul. Here's Pierce, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Rejected by Pierce. Crawford, no one around him. They get the rebound. San Antonio trailing here. Up top, Mills, defended by Paul. And Mills kicks to Splitter, and he drops it in from the low post.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these 2 teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
It's stolen by West. Mills with it, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Free throw line jump shot. Here's West. It's rebounded by Paul.
You know, team rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yep, they were ready to go right from the opening tip. He's so reliable, and you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Off the screen, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. The Spurs shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And over the course of the season, guys, they've shot a very respectable 78% from the line.
Here's Mills.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. It's Western Conference action. Don't.
And so the... Well, we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
And this team has done a nice job on the glass. I think that's how they've built this lead. They've been very physical, really established a presence in the paint.
Well, they've chased down those balls. As soon as they've hit the iron, they've been chasing them down. It's been a solid effort by them.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the backcourt. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. And it's Aldridge in at the foul.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. So, not really flashy, they're gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach and how precise they play and how much they win.
And the basket by Ginobili.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile. They're 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Spurs trail by 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, going into last year's NBA Finals, Tim Duncan gave the Heat some bulletin board material. He said, quote, "We're happy that it's them." He promised, quote, "We have 4 more games to win. We'll do it this time." A rare show of bravado, but his teammates will tell you, beneath his icy exterior, he's one of the most competitive people you'll ever meet. Kevin, he's got the championships to prove it.
They redeemed themselves, Doris, and now look to repeat. Thanks. Smith with some nice D.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
They get it back. Here's Stevenson, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. And some changes here for the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Splitter, and Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Johnson comes in for Lance Stevenson, and Miller's subbed in for Chris Paul. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. He dishes it to Ginobili. The pass to Dion. Takes the 13-footer. And shots good on the assist by Ginobili.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Miller with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Spurs trail by 3. It's Ginobili with the drive. And that one's good. Ginobili's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Johnson kicks to Miller. Left side, Miller. Passes it to Jordan. 6 to shoot. Boom! He chips it straight down.
Now that is rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some style points too, Kevin.
Clark, he deserves him. No simple finish there with the high-altitude windmill slam.
Yes, making a statement.
Here's Diaw. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Diaw's got 6 points.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Gotta play hard, guys.
Miller dishes to Johnson. And he's good on the 3 ball. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Got a piece of it, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
These past few weeks, you can see how San Antonio stacks up. 3rd in opponent points per game, 4th in fewest turnovers per game. And they show up also in the top 5 in opponent shooting percentage. That's because they've really made a commitment at the defensive end.
Yeah, Clark, of all the things you just mentioned, to me, I love the opponent's points per game because that's an indication of how hard a team is playing and how smart. And I think this team has shown great balance this season.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Although they didn't end with the best record in the West, the Clippers were one of the top teams against the West. They had a terrific in-conference record.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Duncan comes in for Boris Diaw. And West subs in for Manu Ginobili.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever.